Gray with Iriathan. Olsen spotted up right side. Swish. Big bucket from the rookie, Lucy Olsen. And Becky Hammond wants a timeout.
Stop the attack! Those in the chat, baby! Woo! Dogs in the chat!
Austin, kick out. Citron. Mystics with the lead.
Sheldon outlet, Sykes with the interception, 2-on-1. Sykes to Citron for 2 and a late foul, they'll count it. And that's Mabry's 5th.
The angels are here.
Who on the team is banned from the Ox?
I would say Kira's banned from the Ox because she only plays R&B. Don't tell her I said that.
This is hard. I'm gonna say Jade.
What did you say?
I said Jade and Aaliyah.
I was thinking Jade.
Jade. Jade is banned from the Ox.
I'm not gonna throw under the bus.
Georgie plays Give Me Six, Steph, Emily. I've never heard Sonia. I feel like you would.
Nah, I would say myself. I don't know. Is someone say my name?
I can't decide.
I'm gonna say Aaliyah, because all she wants to play is freaking Drake.
Aaliyah.
And from the Ox.
Answer the question. Me, because I skip songs every 5 seconds.
Georgia. Georgia's banned. She always skips songs 20 seconds in. She changes the vibe. She's just everywhere. She's done.
I'm gonna say me.
Can I trust you on the Ox?
No. No.
What up, y'all? This your boy Ace here. And welcome to Ace's Angels, y'all. So let's talk about this, man, because you know we for those of us that saw the game, we know how impressive Lucy Olsen was in that game, taking advantage of her first real opportunity this season to really play meaningful minutes. You know, in her whole WNBA career so far, you know, it's taken a while for her to get a chance to get more than 20 to 25 minutes in a game. And we see how she looks when she finally gets those kind of minutes. And this is why, for me personally, man, when anytime people judge players or rookies or whatever, I'm like, have they actually played meaningful minutes? You know, for you to really judge them. Now, this was only one game, so even if she had a bad game with these minutes, I'd still be saying the same thing. Like, I'll be saying maybe she needs a few games in a row to see where she's at. You know, some players could do it off of one game. Some players, you know, they need a few games to get in rhythm. You know, every player is different. So I like to see players actually get an opportunity, get a chance before I really judge them on who they are in this league or on the professional level. You know, and, you know, there was some people out there trashing Lucy. You know, they were like, you know, Lucy's not a WNBA player. Oh, she only got on the team because of Georgia A. Moore's injury, which is true. But they say that to try to slight Lucy like she's garbage. Like she wouldn't have, like, basically saying like, hey, if she was on this fucking team, she wouldn't even be on this roster. You know, like an attitude, you know. And the other thing that is true, unfortunately for Lucy, is that she needed Jade Melbourne to get hurt to get these kind of minutes. And that's what happened. Jade Melbourne got injured like the first minute or two in the game. Unfortunately, she lost a tooth. And what happened was that she wasn't able to come back in right away. They were still working on her mouth because she had just lost a tooth. And, you know, she was probably in some pain. And so you need, like, when they upgrade a foul to a flagrant, you need to come out. The player that got injured need to come out for shoot the free throw. If they can't, they are not allowed to come back in the game at any point. So that pretty much meant that Washington, who was already limited in this game, no Brittney Sykes again for them, and they also didn't have Emily Ainsler this time. So they were down 3 players coming into this game. And so Lucy was forced to play. Like, finally, there was a situation where Lucy was forced to come in and play, and she took advantage of her biggest opportunity because Sydney Johnson played 38 minutes. He didn't, bro. I think he only took her out for like a minute in this game, if I'm not mistaken. She played the rest of the game, bro. She didn't even come out like the other players. And I'm not talking about the front court play because they usually get tired. I'm talking about like the other players, shit, they came out of the game. Lucy literally had the most minutes in the game. She had more minutes than Citron, I think, who leads the team in minutes this season. I think Suge had the most. No, Suge had the most minutes in this game. I think she had a whole 40 minutes. Suge didn't come out at all in this game. She played the whole game and she played phenomenal. I've been impressed with Suge Sutton lately. Like, Suge has really been playing well at the point. I like how she's leading this team, like, because even though she's a combo guard, she knows how to play the point. Like, she's better than any other point guards outside of Caitlin on the Indiana Fever team. Like, Suge knows how to run the offense. I dare for somebody to say Ari McDonald is better than Suge Sutton, because she's not. Suge Sutton is way better than Ari McDonald. Way better. Way better shooter, in my opinion, and way better facilitator. Now, where Ari might have a slight edge on Suge is maybe on defense. That's it. But as an all-around player, Suge kills Ari McDonald. I'll take Suge Sutton right now over all the backup guards behind Cece. Shit, I'll take Suge Sutton over fucking Kelsey Mitchell. For real, for real. I really like the way Suge looked with Grace Berger in Turkey, man. I was really impressed with the way she played next to Grace. Really impressed. And Suge has had some games this year, though. I gotta preface this. Suge has had some games this season where I question why she was even out there. You know, because she really wasn't doing anything for him. But this past week, she's been looking pretty good. She seems to be a little bit more comfortable. So we'll see if she can keep this up. Now, with Lucy coming in the game, like I said, she played 38 minutes in this game and was a little bit more aggressive scoring the ball than, like, in preseason. I felt like she was a little bit more aggressive trying to shoot the ball. She was inefficient, but she was a little bit more aggressive. During the regular season, she seems to have scaled back. She's not as aggressive, and it could be frustrating to watch, but she's not the only player to do that. It's just a lot of the younger players in this league, they are not aggressive shooting the ball. They take a huge back step to the old head vets, and they don't pick up their shots. The reason why I prefer rookies getting their minutes is because I know they're going to shoot more than 10 shots in a game. And that's what you saw from Lucy. She had 12 in this game. Shot 7 times for 3. Now, from 3, she was 3 of 7. Really good. Actually, a really good 3-point shooting performance. She's actually shooting at 41% this year from 3. You know, and that was like her weakness coming in the last season with Iowa. But I noticed she improved that last season. So she shot 42% in this game. Really good for Lucy. 3 made threes. Overall, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. So, one thing that I've always said about Lucy, man, she's always been an underrated defender. Underrated defender. She's pretty good on defense. Not elite like Sonia Cintron, but pretty good. Pretty good. I actually think she's definitely better than Suge Sutton on defense, and I will say slightly better than Jade Melbourne. Slightly better. She has a little bit more size than Jade too, which helps. But Lucy though is really the total package. She's an all-around player. I truly think if she did like one more year in college, I think she's a top 12 pick. I think she's a first-round pick, y'all. I really do. I think she's a first-round pick. She has that kind of talent where she could be a first-round pick in the WNBA. Capable starter. I don't think she's just a backup. That could be her role in this league. We don't know. But she shows you today she was basically a starter out there because Jade was out in the first minute or 2. So she basically was a fucking starter in this game. And she looked impressive doing it. She was a +4 on the floor with this team. Really helped Suge Sutton in the backcourt really well. And she played, and that's the thing I like about Suge with this game too. Suge played really good off of Lucy in this game. Sonia Cintron, already good chemistry. There was a pass that Lucy made to Sonia. It looked so crisp. I think I showed y'all that in the first clip, the little opening video that I did. That's the play I'm talking about. And Lucy, the thing that you got to respect about Lucy, she was a complete professional doing this entire time. I always applaud the rookies who just wait their turn very patiently. They don't cry about it. Don't scream about it. You know, if the media ask some questions, they're not going to say, oh, the coach should have gave me these. I deserve these minutes. No, they just sit there and wait for their turn. You know what I'm saying? I think Lucy should have been in there a long time ago. But I know it's difficult for Sydney Johnson to find minutes for her because when you have Brittney Sykes, who's playing at an all-star level, then you have Suge Sutton, who needs to start. Then you got Jade Melbourne. I think Jade Melbourne makes it even worse for Lucy to get in the game because he's playing her, like 25 minutes almost? A lot of these games, like 20 to 25 minutes. So just that alone, it's really hard to get Lucy in the games. So he's got to figure that out as the season goes on because after this type of game here, it's going to be hard for him not to really play Lucy like he did before. Like before, I think he could get away with it. But now after she has a game like this, I think he has to try to figure this out. Now, I don't know if Brittney Sykes is missing another game. They played Dallas tonight. At the time I'm doing this video on a Saturday morning, late Saturday morning. So they play the Wings later tonight on a back-to-back. They should be able to get that game, you know, getting the Wings on the back-to-back. But it is a road game, so we'll see what happens. If Brittney doesn't play again, now Jade should be able to play because it's a mouth injury like that. You know, she should be able to play. All she has got to do is just wear a mouth guard. And a lot of players should be wearing mouth guards, man. I think that's the reason why Jade's teeth got knocked out. She didn't have a mouth guard on. She's gonna be playing with one for the rest of her career after this game. I think Jade's gonna get back to playing her minutes. So it's gonna be interesting. So I don't expect. So you can't expect Lucy to play 38 again. Lucy's going, like, if Brittney isn't playing, I believe Lucy would get in there at least 15 minutes. Bare minimum. But if Brittney is playing, I think that's where you got a situation where you're probably only going to see Lucy for like 5 minutes or something. Now, she's had games, but she has had no minutes. So that's when I'm usually pissed off at Sydney. I'm like, you can't find a single minute for Lucy. So this is what Lucy gives you. And this is why, some of us Mystics fans, I'm a new Mystics fan this season. I like the Mystics fan base so far. They're very open to the new fans of the fan base. Positive vibes on the team. It reminds me of the Fever fan base from last year. Because everything was positive with the team last year. Then it's all gone to hell. A lot of Fever fans fighting each other this year. It's been hell this year for Fever fans, man. No Caitlyn, so it's been bad this year. It's been bad this year. Because the only fans that I really fought last year was those Kelsey Mitchell fans. Like, I didn't really fight the other Fever fans, like most of the Fever fan base. But with the Mystics fans, they also want to see Lucy on the floor. Because a lot of us know the Mystics have had a lot of games this season where they've lacked scoring. Like, they go on these huge scoring droughts. Their defense is really good. Like, because of Sony Citron, like, their defense is super good. But then they go on these droughts with scoring, and I'm like, you got to score in Lucy Olsen off the bench that you need to play a little bit more. Like, you need to play Lucy a little bit more. Lucy could come in and get you. She could get you this. She could get you about 14 in a game. If she plays 20, 25 minutes, I think she could get you around 10 to 14 points. You know what I mean? Because she's going to be in rhythm. You know what I'm saying? I think she could do that for you. And that's why I was always saying get Lucy in the games. Because I think Lucy, just like at Iowa, she could get you some games. She only had a few bad shooting games last year with Iowa. Lucy is usually pretty consistent in getting you really good shots. Everyone has bad shooting games, but like Lucy will get you those shots. The only problem I had with Lucy in this entire game was, and I don't know that maybe this is the way the City Johnson just wants her to play, but maybe too many threes. Like, she took 7 threes. I felt like she was settling maybe a little too much from 3. I want her to get to I want her to dribble and get to a mid-range a little more. Because I think she probably left about 4 to 6 points on the table. I think she could have had 18 to 20 in this game if she just would have went after her midi. But in the WNBA, it's a little bit more difficult finding your spots. To find those mid-range spots that Lucy's comfortable shooting at. So I do understand, like, maybe why, she didn't, get to her spots in those situations. But Lucy looked like a real good WNBA player. It reminds me, this is the game. So I was talking to someone about this yesterday. We were saying that this is the game that if Lucy doesn't, because Georgia Amore come back. So it's a weird situation for the Mystics next year because you got all of these talented guards. You got to make a decision on Shook Sutton, Brittney Sykes, because those are veterans, so they're going to be free agents with the rest of the veterans and the rest of the league. I think Jade Melbourne's in that area too. I don't know if Jade Melbourne's still on her rookie contract. But these players are going to have to sign back. But I think maybe because of Brittney's age and them wanting to move on to Georgia Amore, they may end up not bringing Brittney back. But we'll see with Suge. I think they should bring one of those two back. Because Georgia might not even start the season playing just yet. Because it might be like Cam Brink where we're waiting for Cam to return. But Cam's going to return probably sometime in July is my estimation. Sometime in July. Either before the All-Star break or after. But she's really close to returning. Georgia, luckily that Georgia got hurt in training camp. So her timetable's a little earlier than Cam. She may return in May or June of next year. It could be right at the start of the season, but I think they may give her a little bit more time to return. So that's why I'm saying bring one of those veteran guards back to start the season. And then you still got Lucy. You got Lucy and Jade Melbourne. Now if they waive Lucy because they don't have any room, Lucy's going to be someone who's going to be hot around the league to pick up. Because the reason why I'm glad Lucy had this particular game is because this is the footage that she can show the teams in the league. And that's what me and this other guy was talking about. We was talking about the footage that Lucy can show to the other teams. This game right here, if she doesn't have this opportunity the rest of the season to play this many minutes, at least she had this game here to send the teams. Like, did you see me in this game against the Las Vegas Aces, against veteran guards like Jackie Young and Chelsea Gray? Like, did you see me play against them and do this well? Like, she can show this tape. Like Grace Berger. Grace Berger had this game against the New York Liberty in 2023. Where she had 15 points. Grace Berger could always show that tape to teams. Like, look, I did this in the WNBA. You know? I think Lucy's gonna have more chances though. Because we're in only the second month of the season. But really just barely out of the first month of the season. We're like a month and a half away from the start of the season. So she still got July, August, September to get another game in like this, you know. But I'm just saying, just in case she doesn't, at least she had one game that she could show teams around the league. So let's get to the fever situation, because that's what this video is really about. But I wanted to go into Lucy's performance before we started this part of the video. Okay, so we know the story. Indiana Fever drafted Bree Hall over Lucy Olsen and Serena Sundell. Right? Bad decision. And we've seen how the Fever are suffering this year. Right? Because of these bad off-season decisions. DeWanna Bonner blew up in their face. Bree Hall's not even on the roster. Where's Bree Hall at again? Is she with the Valkyries? She's on a team right now, though. Bree Hall's actually on somebody's team. Because I saw a sign somewhere, a hardship contract. I might do a video on Caitlin Chen and Kate Martin, by the way, so stay tuned for that one. But I believe Bree Hall's on somebody's roster, though. But anyways, they had a chance to draft Lucy Olsen. Lucy Olsen is a way better player than Bree Hall. Way better player. And I felt like even then, I was like, why didn't they draft Lucy Olsen? Think of the frustration that we've had with the backup guards, like this season on the Fever. You could have had somebody like Lucy Olsen. Really, the Fever, when you look at the Mystics roster, they have the players that the Fever should have had. They should have been trading Kelsey Mitchell for Sony Citron, and they should have had Lucy Olsen. The only players that Mystics really should have had was Kiki Arifin, Georgia Amore, and maybe had drafted Zay Green a little bit later. I don't even know why Zay Green's not on the roster. Zay Green should be on the roster somewhere. Zay Green's another player that is overlooked. You know, I think she's better than Bree Hall too. You know, I think defensively Bree Hall's better than her, but I think offensively, I think Zay Green's got a better package, you know, than Bree Hall. Bree Hall's really limited offensively. She's basically Ari McDonald, in my opinion. I think she's basically Ari McDonald. I think Bree Hall's a slightly better defender, though. And speaking of Ari McDonald, boy, oh boy, Lucy Olsen way better than Ari McDonald, bro. Way better. Like, talent-wise, she's better than Ari McDonald, in my opinion. Because Ari does a lot of her stuff off of energy and hustle. It's sort of like Lexi, but Lexi's actually more talented too, because Lexi, I will say Ari's more closer to Sophie when it comes to skill set. Lexi actually, if you watched her in college, she actually has a bag, an offensive bag. Like, she's actually skilled and talented. And then we know defensively, she's right up there with Sony Citron as an elite defender. So she's most definitely in feet. So, and Bridget Carleton as well. Like, these girls, right, are, like, right now, Lucy Olsen would do more for the Fever than Ari McDonald if she was here. Because Lucy Olsen could also get you the points that you're going to need. You know, you wouldn't have to rely on Kelsey Mitchell so much shooting the ball. Because Lucy could do that for you. And then Lucy would have been a younger player coming into this team because Lucy is like young, can still get better. Like, that's the thing about Lucy that's scary about Lucy, like the rest of her career, is that Lucy's actually really young, bro. Lucy's actually really young. She just turned 22. She was drafted at 21 years old. She's actually just turning 22 years old. She had a birthday in May, like a month ago. Lucy is literally young as fuck. Like, you could do a lot. Like, Lucy still has a ceiling to develop. That's why I said the Indiana Fever screwed themselves. Because you could have had that backup young guard. She's a combo guard too, because she could play the two. She played the two on Thursday with Suge Sutton. Suge Sutton was the point. She played the two. And I actually think Lucy, even though she could play the point, I think she's such an effective two guard. Kind of reminds me of Kobe a little bit when he plays the two. Like, she's just an effective two. Really effective two. Like, I really think if you put on a team with a point guard, like, she's really effective, but she could pass though. But I think the better passer, like, if the Fever needed a better passer, that would have been Serena Sundell. Serena Sundell is known for her passing ability. Like, so you would have had that, but Lucy can do everything, man. And she got a nice midi like Paige Beckers. It's so sweet. But I think Lucy's starting to really develop that three. She's gotten confidence in her three since last season at Iowa. I just told y'all she's shooting 41% this season for Washington, and then she shot 42% in that game on Thursday. She's not breaking a lot of her threes, bro. Like she did the year before at Nova. At Nova, she had a really bad season from three. But I think it's because she was taking more shots, because she shot it better the year before in 2022, 2023, that season. 2023, 24, before she got to Iowa, was shooting really bad from three that year. But she made up for it this year, you know. I think she's gotten confidence in her three-point shot. That was like the last thing she really needed to develop was her three. Now it's just cleaning everything else up and just getting better as a player and as a pro. I would love to see Lucy definitely play some overseas basketball this year. To definitely refine some of her skills. I definitely think Lucy has a chance, man. I don't know if she's going to be on this Mystics team or not next season. But wherever she goes, man, she deserves an opportunity to get 20 and 25 minutes a game. I think she's definitely a rotational player. And I think she could be a starter on somebody's team, too. Definitely think she could, because she could play defense. She's not a liability out there. You know? She's not a liability. And it's a shame that the Fever didn't get her. Because you wouldn't need Kelsey Mitchell if you had her. Like, if you, because even if you traded Mitchell for Citron, since Citron plays the wing, I mean, you could have had Lexi come down to two guard if you would have had Citron on the team. And Lucy, by default, would have been coming off the bench. She wouldn't have been starting. She would have been coming off the bench. And if you had kept Kelsey like you did, I mean, you could find Lucy to get away to get in the games 15 minutes. You know, but Stephanie White doesn't want to develop young players. That's why you barely seen Tipson this year. You know, it's been a mess with Indiana. It's been a mess. But the Fever had no business drafting Bree Hall over Lucy Olsen and Serena Sundell. They just had no business doing that. You know, and they're paying for it. Even Caitlin Chen, should they really have drafted Bree Hall over Caitlin Chen? You know what I'm saying? Like, Caitlin Chen's looking pretty good these last couple of games. Since the Sunday game, I watched her. This is 3 games in a row where Caitlin Chen has looked pretty good when she's coming to game. You know, they wouldn't even need Ari. Ari's mid to me. Like, Ari is not that player. You could have had a special player with Lucy Olsen if you would have just made the right move. You know, but that's how the Fever are paying for it. They should have had her, and I hope she continues to shine on this Washington team. I love this Washington team. They're together. If you watch the clip before the video, they're together. They seem to enjoy each other, man. The rookies are getting along with each other. Georgia A. Moore, even though she's injured, she's still a positive piece around the team. I just really think the world of them, man. I really do, man. And like I said, it's a shame that Indiana passed up on her, though. But this is her way to get revenge, man. But going ahead and give me y'all thoughts on this, man. Give this video a like, share, subscribe, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Aces Angels, y'all.